now, Alcoa presents Definitely Not a Jew on the Adam Carolla Show. Dateline, The Villages, Florida. A 57-year-old man was charged with 2 counts of battery and resisting arrest after striking his wife in the face with a salami. Definitely not a Jew.
Orny Adams in studio. Dates all over the place. Visit ornyadams.com if you want to see world-class comedy up close and in person. Yeah. All right. Now, we got some tweet splaining. We also got some news to get to as well. We'll settle our debate about the November phone call thing Dawson's working on. Also, just as a side note, when people say, I was thinking about this, I heard someone say the other day, assless chaps. And I thought, all chaps are assless.
It's redundant.
If they have an ass, they're called pants.
Right.
Stop saying assless chaps. Just say chaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
it's
need
like,
it.
Yes, it's redundant.
Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detector on the flights, blah, blah, blah. Don't need it. Just tampering. Good. Also, the other thing that's pissing me off at the airport, I don't like extra talk. Did you ever do clear?
I don't do clear. I do TSA pre-check.
I did clear. And when you do clear, they have a little robot, and you put your eyes in it, and they take a picture of your corneas, and then a robot voice says, "Thanks for the picture of your eyes." And you had me a picture. Could just stop.
Right.
Could, like, chaps.
Yeah.
Don't need assless. Robot. We just took a picture.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't need to know the parts.
Don't fly to Canada because they do all the instructions in French too.
Oh.
And it's like, come on, they speak English.
But it's
like,
better than Spanish. We get the Spanish trans out here. Not on the flights, but like if you called in 911, you'd get the English and then the Spanish as well. So, yeah, I agree. More time wasted.
Yeah, good luck calling 911 in the city. It ought to just be a suggestion box at this point.
Yeah.
911, what's your suggestion?
My suggestion is you hire an operator.
Yeah, there's somebody holding up
a machete. He's on my porch. Yeah. All right, drop it in the box. We'll see if we can get to it.
Somebody.
Yes.
In Arizona, that doesn't happen.
Nope. Broken windows. All right, Theory.
Malcolm Gladwell reference.
Thank you.
Do you know who Malcolm Gladwell is?
Well, we've had him, I booked him on this show.
Been on this show. All right.
Okay.
We got some tweet splaining. You want to get into that, Orny?
You know, I have a gripe before we get into this.
Okay.
Every time I come in here, I bring a cup of coffee, and it's in a nice cup, and they force me, arm behind my back.
I saw that, yeah.
To put it in this.
A mug with my name on it.
Mug.
Yeah.
And we all have the same mug, and I realize this is socialism.
Forcing you to drink from my mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you put the show on YouTube. Like, oh, God. You know what drove me the most insane? You reminded me of something.
Yeah, no, that's what I do.
When you do a TV show, you always get the mug. Even if they put water in your mug. You do the late night shows or the whatever shows, they have the mug with the show logo on the mug. And when I was doing a movie, we shot a late night TV show set, and the set dresser got a mug. One of them was just like orange, and then the other one was like paisley. And I was like, "There's the mugs from your late night show." And I said, "Those are just rando coffee mugs. You need one with the logo of the show on it." No one, and they go, then they do this one, they go, "They use mugs on late night shows." Not random coffee mugs from your mom's house. Just regular. These are just regular mugs. They would have mugs with the show logo on it, and they go, "Well, we don't have that."
Yeah.
And I go, "Yeah, I know you don't have that, but we're not just going to have random." Have you seen 10 minutes of late night TV like ever in your life? You're a set dresser, and then the worst part is the chick goes, "Okay, well, I'll take these back to the rental house then." I'm like, "You rented?"
Yeah.
You rented random coffee mugs.
The worst is when
for a late. By the way, The story was this guy's the king of late night. He's got the #1 late night show on in America, and you just rented just
mugs.
2 random mugs, ceramic mugs.
Have you ever been like on a
What the
set
fuck is your job?
or like in a movie and you can see the price tag is still on there or a label?
No, we don't go with the mini pearl mug.
Another reference none of us are going to get.
No, Chris?
Nope.
Orny?
No.
Dawson, mini pearl mug with the price tag?
Yeah, Minnie Pearl. She was on Hee Haw or whatever, and she had the price tag hanging from her hat.
I should have got that.
Her shtick was she always had
she
the
had
price
big
tag
pearls, yeah.
hanging from her bonnet.
Good
Yeah, I
reference.
didn't know that.
We just lost
Come
half
on,
the
we got the
listeners.
Prevagen twins over here trying to gang up on me.
Hold on a second. Hold
Mini
on.
pearl.
Hang on a second. Hold on. I got the. What's that? I got the producer in my ear. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. There we go.
Oh, yeah, brand out.
Yeah. Brandon. The labels.
Get the label out.
Yeah.
All right,
Sorry,
should we do
better.
some tweet splaining?
Yeah.
Do we have an intro for that?
Bum.
It's time to tweet splain. It's not really a game. It's just where we ask you to explain your tweet. Tweet splain.
Yeah, Orny's a good tweeter.
Yeah.
So let's put one up.
I'm an Xer.
All right. Chance of doing shows in Vegas and not seeing one person in the audience passed out is 0.
Yeah.
What do you think, Orny?
I think it still holds up.
You
What do you
notice
think?
that I've only been doing Kimmel's Club recently, and I did see like a 23-year-old chick napping.
Yeah.
I don't think she was passed out. She was just catching some Z's.
That's passed out.
Like she probably heard the Halloween bit.
Yeah.
And this was late
July.
Well, it was late May. Yeah. And so she just said, you know what? I got to go to work tomorrow. I'm
Yeah.
just going to catch up on some Z's.
When I walk around Las Vegas during the day and I see the people with those tall hurricane,
Yeah.
big tube drinks, I think they're going to be at the show later, passed out.
Yeah.
In the late show, and what I don't understand is they're paying $75 a ticket
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much louder and more engaging I could be.
No, Orny's very, very, a lot of volume on stage.
A lot of volume.
Brings it.
Yeah.
Doesn't even really, he's really one of the few comedians that does not need amplification
Thank you.
because of the size of the venues.
You still got it.
I still
you
got
still
it.
got it. Meanwhile, we're playing the same venues. I don't see you playing any venues bigger than me.
Oh, it's so
And
sad.
I see,
Oh, it's so sad.
I see a lot of comps for your shows
So
Thursday nights.
sad, a lot, very sad.
You and 100 of your best friends are invited
That's
to see
right.
Adam Carolla
Bring
at
your
the Jimmy
hurricane.
Kimmel Comedy Club.
Bring your yards of hurricane in here. All right.
All right, next one.
Next one.
Sliced Gouda ruined Gouda for me.
That was this week.
Hmm.
So this is still hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, explain that one? Because I feel like the sliced helped almost everything for me. All the other
Really?
strains of cheese.
Okay, but with Gouda, have you had sliced Gouda?
I don't know if I've had Gouda or Havarti or how close Havarti is to Gouda, like what family Gouda is in.
The problem is this was meant as a serious sort of
Well, let's get into it.
dissertation on cheese in our society and our need to sort of present different products in different shapes. You know, we've all heard my big bit about the different shapes of French fries. So
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
I'm transitioning into this, okay? But what it turned into was a bunch of people on all forms of social media sort of mocking it, not giving it the respect it deserves. In fact, one person underneath it wrote, "That's Gouda Weiss."
Oh, yeah.
And it became a lot of,
Fucking Germans.
a lot of that.
Yeah.
You had a great tweet today. You had a great tweet. It almost got me. It
Really?
almost got me. Yeah,
was
somebody, I don't know why people can't figure out your and your. Okay, there's your, it's a conjunction, right? R-E for you are.
I don't know yours or I barely know the theirs.
There's there, and there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know that part.
No, there and there. There's two, and two.
Yeah, I grew up illiterate, so I really didn't have a
That's
handle
why
on that
I was
one.
fascinated that you know the difference between your and your. You're
He
barely
didn't.
educated.
He was wrong.
No,
Orny.
that was the joke.
Okay.
She was wrong. She wrote your. Look at it. That's the genius of it.
Listen, I don't.
Unless you, but wait a minute. Does
Yes.
it turn out you guys are both buffoons and don't know?
I don't get the spelling Nazis on Twitter. People write stuff, sometimes stuff spell corrects and stuff like that. It sounds the same. It reads the same. If you set it off a teleprompter, it would sound the same. Why do people get so granular with spelling on Twitter?
Because it's all they have.
Oh, okay.
But if you understand intention, what's
if you're just
Right.
saying, like when
Adam
I called
said-
everyone
Wait a minute, wait.
pussies, all right.
Wait a minute. I think you were maybe unintentionally brilliant. She misused your. She did your with the conjunction. You are.
I don't even know
right?
where this was
I
sent
see
out.
Orny's point.
All right, let's see it. What is it?
Okay. We can put it up. It's
All right. Well, you can read it too, right?
No, put it
So
up because
she
visually,
says-
it's really.
She says he says your with the contraction, your ability to see ahead 1 or 2 decades is phenomenal. He says your ability, he uses it wrong. You quoted it and replied, "You're sweet." And you also used
I
it.
did that on purpose.
No, I don't think you did. I don't think you did. There's no way.
Oh, you're
right?
kidding?
Yeah.
After
Oh, my-
all my references, you don't think I have that kind of facile brain?
Unbelievable.
I knew what I was
Adam.
doing. Absolutely.
I was
Come
going
on.
to text you.
I was
You gotta
valedictorian in North Hollywood High, 1982. I ended up getting a master's
look
degree.
me square in the eye and tell
Listen,
me that
Fat,
was
you want to do
intentional.
some push-ups right now, Fat?
Okay, listen, Jack. Yeah, Fat Jack.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And his wife, who could eat no lean.
Hold on. But let's take 30 seconds for
That's
to
called...
name a bunch of tools to make yourself feel better. Why don't
right.
you name some
remember
chainsaws and the
Remember the Colbert Report? Mm-hmm. Leaving the T silent? Mm-hmm. That was my idea.
But admit on the air right now, you did not. You misused your, and I thought it was brilliant.
I did it for comedic effect.
No, you're saying
I was
that now that I
shaming that
pointed out.
person.
Bullshit. You just said you're against the shaming.
It's unprovable, so we just have to move on.
That's unbelievable. I thought this Adam guy is that was one of the smartest tweets you've ever done.
I just use
You gotta- hey, can I give you some
I
advice?
use YOUR for every your. I just go your. That's the only your I'll use.
You gotta.
That's the only one I'll ever use is pretty much your.
You've got to stick to your uninformed political tweets.
Yes,
you can't do
thank
this
you.
grammar stuff.
I'm not doing grammar
Yeah,
stuff.
apparently.
I did a twist on it.
I
though.
thought it was so smart. I was going to come in here and congratulate you.
Yeah.
Turns out it was 2 idiots
No.
misusing your in the same conversation.
No, I knew what I was doing.
No.
You don't think this man knows how to turn a phrase? I understood.
Hey, to redeem yourself, tell us the different with the paint rollers. The different.
You got weenie rollers. There's different naps on
Then you do
full-size
the nap stuff,
rollers.
you
You
feel
got
better.
sponge rollers. Then you
Yeah.
got the stuff you want to use a 3/4
Get
nap
yourself
for
hard
rough
again.
surfaces. Like if you're going with like like let's just say there's a knockdown surface. You know, someone's troweled on, done a knockdown finish on your home. You want to go with at least a 3/4 nap. Always use a 6-foot extension.
Yeah.
Always put a screen in a 5-gallon bucket. You understand?
And always use your
Purdy brushes are good for
apostrophe
cutting
RE when you
cutting
mean
in.
You are.
But check them and make sure they're good for latex paints.
This is Adam Carolla
This
from
is
the Paint Aisle in Home Depot.
And now
or
you're-
Lowe's.
and now
depending where you are politically.
You're informed.
Yes.
See how I did that?
Yeah.
All right.
That might be my favorite tweet conversation. I thought it was the one from Stuttering John today, talking about slushies, but it turns
Yeah,
out
I didn't find that. I wasn't as attracted to that as you.
I thought it was really-
I wasn't.
I thought it was
I didn't
great.
find it was remarkable, but I pretty much have one your. It's YOUR.
On that note, Orny, Adam also on Twitter does not know how to use commas.
I mean,
Someone
we
gave
all
him
make
praise.
grammatical mistakes.
I don't. You know what? I
Someone
don't.
gave him praise and said, I met my hero, Adam Carolla. Thank you for everything. And Adam quoted it and tweeted, "No, thank you."
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
"No, thank you."
I would use a period there, maybe. Was that a comma or
No,
period?
you need a comma there.
What about a period? Would a
You just
period
put,
work?
No, thank you.
Would
Yes, a period would.
Well,
work.
that's what I'm saying.
But you didn't do that either.
No, I understand.
Okay.
I understand what I did. I'm saying I would say no, period, thank you. If I thought this was going to be evaluated.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now,
let me
get
just
the
explain.
whole thing about tweets is to me it's just shorthand shit. You just like it's almost like like when I was on a construction site, I didn't speak the Queen's English. It was just short stuff about getting people to do this or do that or reply or whatever. Why so grammatically? Why the obsession with the enforcement grammatically when we're having this kind of shorthand chat?
And it's almost like your signature. Like a lot of celebrities have other people tweet for them, but if there's a misspelling or grammatical error, it's like, oh, that's Adam.
That's their thing. Like, you love to correct people about how they do stuff around their house. So what's the difference?
Well, the difference is I don't walk into your house every day and do it. I sit in my house. I know, but you're now in my house, like, correcting me. And also, I don't know what it gets the person who does the correcting.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'll save you time. If you just go the letters you are, it's shorthand. It can mean either or. You're saving yourself time.
You are. Yeah, so just...
You are and then sweet. The letters you are and then sweet. And it can be...
I don't know.
You
all
are
right,
for anything.
you are. I don't know. I don't like all the short stuff for some reason. I don't like all the LOLs.
This to me looks like two of the dumbest people on Grindr having a conversation.
Hey, you're lucky I didn't say you're sweat.
This is, But what we have here is somebody who misused your.
Yeah.
And then a guy that I thought was comedically being brilliant. Turns out
I was, but shouldn't
just as dumb as the person.
Can't we always
tweeted.
give a nod to the shorter version of everything?
Well, why
Can
not
we do that? Like, are you allowed to say okay and just write okay instead of okay and an A and a Y? Like, can we give a nod to shorter?
Well, how about
whatever's
this?
shorter, that means you're covered.
How about you do this? Before we were taught what the difference, okay, when we were like in second grade, we would do you, the letter R. I propose moving forward so you save yourself from this deep pre-prevision mistake that you do your, like a little
You
kid.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but aren't there UR codes now? This could be confusing.
I don't know. No. This no
right.
URL. But what? Why did you
UR
call?
code's an underwriter's laboratory.
Why did you call another man sweet? I mean, that's a little.
Like
soft.
the guy wrote something nice.
Yeah, kind to you, or appreciate that.
I appreciate it. That's too big.
You're sweet.
He's sweet. Well, what did he say? He said something very nice. He said, "You are."
Met my hero Adam Carolla today. I've been a.
Oh.
It's the your sweet one. We'll put it back up.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
Okay. This is from Steve. Your ability to see ahead 1 or 2 decades is phenomenal, and your ability to come up with
Apartments.
with apt yet hilarious metaphors instantly is one of the reasons science should study that brain of yours. After you're done with it, of course. And
My crystal brain.
And I got to be honest with you,
too.
Steve has a point. Your brain 10 years ago was on fire.
That was 18 years ago.
Was 18 years ago was even more on fire.
I know.
Now, will this tweet stand up from what you're saying today in 10 years? I say no. I say, unless you get on that Prevagen, daily intake, you should be eating just jellyfish.
Just jellyfish.
Yeah. You should be on the jellyfish diet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
To get that function back. Well, now here's the question.
Yeah.
Much like when Tyson fought Roy Jones.
Junior. Oh, no, that's a comedian.
Sorry, Roy Jones Jr. Yeah. No, I think it is a junior.
Okay.
Roy Jones Jr. But there's only one Roy Jones who Tyson fought. I thought I was the brevity. It's the soul of wit. I was shortening things because everyone knows Tyson fought Roy
Oscar
Jones. They know
Wilde
they
quote.
didn't fight his dad. Yes, thank you.
Oscar Wilde quote.
That's true. Yeah, I love those dogs. Yeah. The point is this. That was two 45, 48-year-old guys going at it, right? So when Gloria Allred comes back for another ass whooping, she will be 18 years older than she was the first time she went up against my brain. So it's going to be an even fight.
Yeah.
She's also lost a few miles an hour off her fastball.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that you're still ahead of her. There's no question about that.
Right, but I couldn't. Her daughter's also a lawyer, and maybe she would be out of my league. Maybe I'd be fighting
love
out
to
of my
see
weight
that.
class. Yeah, her daughter looks exactly like her.
What about your daughter, Sunny, going up against her daughter? like sort of like the kids, avenging their.
Yeah, like in Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Avenge me! Yeah.
Like Creed 2.
Do you ever say things that your kids? Do they ever come to you and say, "Dad, you can't say that"? Do they censor you?
No, they don't care. Well, I don't tell them things. I don't speak to them as frankly as I speak to you.
But don't they hear things? Don't their friends come up and say, "Did you hear what your dad said?" Is there do they ever get embarrassed? I mean, it's just natural.
They're not
kids.
fans. They don't follow my work that closely. Like my son will be like, he likes Tucker Carlson. So I'll go, well, I did an hour-long interview with Tucker Carlson last week. And he'll go, okay. I go, well, you should listen to it if you like Tucker Carlson. He'll go, okay. And then I'll call him at night, and he always takes long walks, and he just walks around. And I'll call him. I'll go, well, what are you doing? And he goes, look, taking a walk. And I'll go, what do you listen to? Podcast? I'll go, oh, have you listened to me and Tucker Carlson? No. And then I'll call him a month later, and he'll go, he's walking around. He's listening to, God, what was that Truman Capote book we were talking about? In Cold Blood. He was listening to a Truman Capote book on audio on a walk. And I'll be like, yeah, I listen to podcasts. I listen to books. I'll go, okay. You like Tucker Carlson? Yeah. You ever listen to your dad interview him? No. Okay.
Must drive you nuts.
I don't care. No, I'm used to it because of my dad and my mom. Like where I come from. I'm used to it. They're not into it. I don't know why that is. If somebody said, okay, when I was young, I'd be like, Adam, who do you like? Evel Knievel. Oh, did you know your dad sat down for an hour-long interview with Evel Knievel? I'd be like, are you fucking nuts? Where is it?
Yeah.
I want to hear my dad talking to Evel Knievel.
But it sounds like you guys are politically aligned. Can you imagine if he was like Michael J. Fox and Family Ties?
Well, Michael J. Fox and Family Ties
was conservative, but I'm saying, what if it was flipped? What if your son was,
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, or just.
Hold on, Chris, you know who that is?
I do. Yeah. You
okay.
can.
All right. Orny?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
reference? Okay,
Eminem
just checking.
User and lyrics.
I don't comment. Is she 18 yet? Because I'm not going to comment.
We can comment.
Yeah.
Okay. But what if your kid, and I don't know if your daughter is, but sounds like he's all in. So you did all right.
Yeah, he's pretty, well, what he is he's super pragmatic. And if you're super pragmatic, you'll end up being more conservative because you're just pragmatic. You're not really into feelings and all that kind of stuff. It's just like what works, what doesn't work, what's going to work. So he's
chip off the old block.
Wildly pragmatic. And my daughter's pretty that way too. But anyway, they have no idea what I say all day.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I envision maybe they would come to you and say, you can't say that. You've got to, kids are making fun of me, but that's great.
No, get nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's no adults in the house.
I don't know what they know, to be honest. I don't know what they've read. I don't know what books they've read. My son told me he made it about 3/4 of the way through an audiobook. Oh. He made it 3/4 of the way through, I don't know, 50 years or Not Taco Bell material or something. He told me, I think my son dabbles a little bit, but he consumes that way. He listens to audiobooks and he listens to podcasts and things like that. Not mine per se, but they'll be sprinkled in. My daughter's out having fun. She's not into all that shit.
Do you regret having kids?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. It sounds horrible.
If they were listening, obviously I couldn't give you an honest answer. But yes, it's a big mistake.
Yeah, I mean, Eminem called out his kids in this latest song, Houdini. So I can imagine.
Yeah, it's something I live with. You know what I mean?
It sounds
I wake
horrible.
up every day with that regret. And then stuff comes up like graduations and birthdays, and you got to get the checkbook out, and you got to get in your car. It's a real burden.
I'd cut them off.
It's
cut
a real burden.
Off.
Yeah.
I've cut my nieces and nephews off.
It's something I lament and I joke a lot about on this show, but yeah.
It's painful.
It's tough. That's
and
right.
the good thing is your mental acuity is not what it once was. So with your diminished, numb, non-previgen brain, it's not hurting as much as it would have 18 years ago when you had crystal brain come back.
Oh yeah, I definitely knew. It stung more having kids a few years back.
Yeah.
I was able to really take it all in. You know.
I see my friends that have kids and how much can go wrong.
Oh, it's all it is.
And it's like what if they ended up in a cult or something?
No, no doubt. I mean, I'm sure of it. They're in there right now.
I mean, your daughter's out having fun. She might be in that dance cult. I just saw that documentary.
She may end up in a cult. Yeah, I mean, it look, the worst decision of my life.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. And again, that's how you know they don't listen.
Yeah.
All right, we got the controversial clip, the audio clip ready from the controversy.
From earlier today.
Thoughts and
earlier
prayers for
today.
Chris. Okay, so to be clear, this is from what year?
Oh, this is from...
November of 2006.
Well, that was the event.
No, this is the call.
Oh, that's the call.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then when did the event happen?
And what happened to this
Oh, wait a
lawsuit?
minute.
Did it go anywhere?
It's possible Chris is wrong about something.
That's highly unlikely.
It's highly unlikely. November 17th is the event, right? I don't know. No, we don't know. I remember hearing that the actual
Yeah, November
event.
17th is the event.
All right, but
Oh,
didn't you
you're
tell me
right.
10 seconds ago this?
It wouldn't.
Well, she called in after the event.
I would assume so.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But so she could have called in December.
I'm
or
seeing
could
on
have been,
November 29th, 2006.
All right, so she called in after 2 weeks after the thing went
Yeah.
down, or 10 days, or
She
whatever.
was
it
working
is.
hard over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she was.
By
She
the
was.
way,
You got
by the
misinformation,
way,
How
Chris.
am I said November of 2006.
let's not
No,
dress down the
I play
employees.
it back. I said it's November
when a
16th,
guest
and I
is
said that
here.
wasn't the call, that was the event.
Yeah, and then she called in November of 2006, 2 weeks after. It's still the same month.
All right, I said November 2000, and I said November
Chris is
16th,
right.
and you said that was the call.
Wait,
I said, no, that was
Hold
the
the clip.
event.
Mute the clip.
I think that's right. I think Chris is right. Now, the question is, what was Orny referring to? Because he goes, what is this? Or what is this?
Okay, so to
And
be
he's
clear, this
referring
is
to-
from what year?
Oh, this is from...
November of 2006.
Well, that was the event.
No, this is the call.
Oh, that's the
Well,
call.
but
But you said no, which you should have said and. It was both. Because
Ah, damn it.
that was the only.
Is this
that's
a
the only
clean win
tweak
for
there.
Chris or not?
I think it's a pretty clean
Yeah.
win for Chris.
Congratulations.
But you should have
Thank you.
said
Big
no because they were both from November 2006.
Let's close the Ace Awards out with that.
Yes. All right. Do we got a little bit of news to get to before Caesar comes in?
Yeah, certainly. So there's a few restaurants that are closing down. Rubio's Baja Grill has shut down a lot of locations.
Kind of like that Rubio's.
Yeah, big great carne asada. No, it's fish taco place.
Yeah.
And they said it's because of the rising cost of business, minimum wage, everything.
Oh, is this in California?
Yes.
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 Yes. Minimum.
So-
I know Orny's a big fan of governors who raise the minimum wage to $20 and then all the businesses go out of
Who
work,
said I
and
was a
then
big fan
You
of
love
that?
it. I know that. I know what you love.
You don't know what I love.
I know what you love.
You know
love
less
that.
about me than you know about Sonny.
I feel like less is still too much. The
Well-
point is they raised the minimum wage to $20 an hour, and now
They can't
everyone's
afford to
getting
stay
laid
open.
off.
Right.
Yeah.
And they had
smart.
to lay off people. So there's also another restaurant, Red Lobster. Remember, they announced bankruptcy as well.
Yep.
But they have a new ambassador trying to keep Red Lobster open.
I'm going with Shaq.
You're-
Got to be black.
okay.
You cannot
can
be
check that
white.
box.
Yes. No. There is no such thing as Donnie Most for Red Lobster. Did you get the reference?
Yeah, it's my cousin. I'm actually related to Donnie Most.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah.
Chris, Donnie Most reference?
Don't know.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Thank
that's
you
right.
very much. He's
Donnie
my cousin.
Most is the whitest man on the planet.
Bum, bum.
Is he really your cousin?
Bum, bum. He is. He is. When I was young, I got a signed picture from the entire cast of Happy Days.
Because
Can you
Donnie
imagine?
Most is your cousin.
Yeah, all my first cousins are redheads.
Why even working anymore? You got Donnie Most for a cousin. I'd just be.
Donnie Most isn't working anymore.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Ralph.
All right.
Ralph Mouth.
Ralph
from Happy
Mouth.
Days.
Ralph Mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a whole side of the family that's redheads.
Wow. I didn't know you came from royalty.
I do.
That's amazing.
No, you don't get as far as I did in show
That's
business
so- Are you a
without
Nepo
having
baby?
some connections.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Raise minimum wage to 30.
got to be black.
Yep.
R. Kelly's off the list.
Off.
And now P. Diddy's off the list.
Boy, he's going to do jail time, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously.
Oh yeah, that's not looking good.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. But black.
Gloria
That's all I
Allred's
got.
That's all
defending
you
him.
got.
all I
Well, that's
got.
all you need. So he's trying to save the chain, especially its cheddar biscuits. So he went to a Red Lobster that was still open and bought every single item on the menu.
Oh, feels shacky.
Every item on the menu.
Yeah, and he wants to.
Athlete?
No, musician. And he's trying to, get the word out for everyone to save
There's
the
a
biscuits.
black.
Oh!
Do you know the Black Pirate? R. Kelly? He's not that guy. He's a rapper.
Is it Snoop Doggy Dog? Snoop Diggity?
You're closer. I think it's Flava Flav.
What, but we didn't get to finish guessing.
we're
Flava
done.
Flav.
Flava
All right.
Flav has. There's no way. That chain is done.
Why is Flava Flav a star? Does anyone ever stop and ask that question? There is no white version of Flava Flav. Like, sort of weird, talentless, never really done anything 20 years and just kind of shows up everywhere and everyone goes, hey, Donnie Mose, right this way. Why are you waiting in line? Right this way.
And he's outdated technology, much like the courtroom sketch.
That's right.
He's wearing a clock around
Analog.
his chest. Analog.
Analog.
When we all have right on our phones the time. What time is
redundant.
it?
Yeah.
He ought to put a digital.
Yeah.
He ought to wear his iPhone.
Analog would be a horrible porn name for a girl.
The fact that you came up with analog, it makes me think.
Prevagen.
The Prevagen's
Come on,
work?
the Prevagen. All right.
Yeah, so you guys were talking about airports earlier. So LAX, according to sources like the sheriff's department, may be the drug smuggling gateway of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So they said that cartels and they're done with the private flights and sneaking it in. They can just do it through LAX. Police have found just luggage filled with drugs, not even hidden, like inside clothes, it's just filled with drugs anyway.
So we're just totally fucked because the cartels are like way more powerful than they ever were. Like they made, they made like 500 million last year in human trafficking. And they made like 5 billion this year in human trafficking. Like we are just
don't even
totally
care anymore.
weaponizing and supersizing them.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a picture of Donnie and Orny.
Oh,
There they are.
Which one's which?
I got to tell you something.
Found a picture of Orny Adams that looks nothing like Orny Adams, which is a weird.
I
weird
look
to
kind
me.
of hot there.
That's what I'm saying.
But do you see the smirk in her eyes? We're both
Yeah.
screwing the lens with our eyes.
Yeah.
I can't believe he didn't go further. He's
I'm standing by Donnie Most is a good reference for one of the whitest guys ever to be born. What is he doing?
I have no contact with him.
Doing Love Boat probably at some point?
I
Had to do a Love Boat.
I saw him, or he was at a comedian's house. I won't say who, female comedian. And I said, I think I went up to him and I said, we're related. And he could care less, much like your Tucker Carlson interviewing your son. I just saw a
but
glazed.
this is Adam Carolla talking here.
Yeah.
Freaking
Oh,
Adams.
I'm the Roger Clemens
He
of
probably
joke-
saw by how you're dressed that you wanted to borrow money or something like that. You went up to Donnie Most and you said, we're related, and he gave you the high hat.
It was in the kitchen at a party. I remember. It was really the moment I knew my Hollywood
I like
dreams
when people
were
go,
over.
you won't mention the name of like this is an indictment of Sarah Silverman if you walked into her kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like the comedian's on the hook in any way, shape, or form. People are too fast with, I'm not going to mention the name, but it's like, they do that. Actors do it all the time. They go, I got the part for this part. And they go, who else went out for the part? They go, I'm not going to mention anybody. And it's like, oh, so what? Someone went on audition and you got the part. What?
Because I'm not 100% sure it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
If I was.
If you had the Prevagen drip.
Tell you something. Well, here's the thing.
Well,
I never had it. So, you know what I mean? You're like a hot chick that was.
You never had a fastball.
No, fast brain. So you're like the hottest girl in high school, and now you lost it.
Yeah, I was smoking hot in high school, but I didn't use sunscreen, and I was a chain smoker, and now I'm in my 40s.
Couple of kids.
Crapped out a C-section scar.
Not a husband cheating on her.
Had to have
eats her way through
a
it.
couple moles removed from the back of my neck. Yeah, eating my feelings. And here we are.
You ever do this?
Peppermint schnapps.
I go back and I'll look at who was the hot chick in high school. I look at them now and I think, I won.
Oh, yeah.
I won.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Well, I look at you like in the bathroom. There's old pictures of you. One you think you're James Dean on a tricycle. There's another one where you're a muff diver, and I just see
Greatness.
then.
Former greatness.
Yeah. And I see a guy whose
Well, listen,
face has been wrecked by his kids who have no respect for him. And,
Look, I don't want to. The list is long. You can watch footage of Terry Bradshaw beating the Rams in the '79 Super Bowl, and then you can see him now,
Right.
with his bald head and his gray hair, walking out, dragging his knee up on stage. It happens to the best of us.
yes.
Yeah. One day, time will come for you.
Oh, I'm sure it will. But
Yeah.
until then, I will mock people like you.
All right. Are you hanging around for Caesar Milan?
Probably need me to.
Yeah, probably.
hang around.
I'll screw his name up and get everything wrong.
I mean, how many questions do we have prepared for dog training?
Well, I was just counting on my crystal brain pulling me out of the mire, but now I'm not so certain.
Yeah.
So you should have some cued as well.
What technique is that? The way you hold that highlighter? It's a very
Different kind of grip.
spectrum-y looking.
Well,
Grip.
when I'm left-handed and I find myself when I highlight stuff smearing stuff. When you're left-handed, you can't write on dry erase boards. You can't write on chalkboards. Your hand will smear what you wrote.
Yeah.
So I tend to hold it. Also, my hand is busted up. So I tend just to hold it like I'm holding a wooden spoon asking for more porridge.
How did you bust your hand up?
Boxing and construction,
Yeah.
probably.
You know what I realized?
Both hands, by the way.
I had to have surgery on my knee. After shooting Teen Wolf the movie, I injured myself on the set. And Paramount sent me to a doctor, and the doctor said, I would do surgery. They're going to pay for it. We'll send cars everywhere to take. We'll pay for your physical therapy.
Yeah.
They'll pay for every...
Paramount's dime.
Yeah, and we'll pay disability during the whole time. And, I don't get a lot of work, so I go, all right, disability, I'll take it. So, but the guy's like, I said, it doesn't feel that bad. Do I really need it? And he said, again, he said, they're going to pay for it. You should do it. And you never know, like in 10 years, 15 years, you might develop a limp. And that's when I realized rich people don't limp.
No.
You've never seen like a rich guy limping onto the yacht,
No, that's
like,
a
come
good
on,
point.
everybody. But
Yeah.
people like you with your hands, like you hold a highlighter like this, like,
Yeah.
You see the guy who works on my roof. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no limping onto the private jet.
No, you're right.
Yeah, rich people can
I've
afford
had
the
to, I've had to
surgery.
work with my hands,
Yeah.
I've done damage.
Oh, we've heard the stories.
Yeah. You've never injured your hand patting yourself on the back over and over again? There's no repeated trauma.
Okay, hey, Dawson, pull the comparison of himself to Roger Clemens.
All right.